Barbecue and Luke, I'm your father. Plus, if you don't comment on this video, the Force will not be with you.
What's up, Daryl Brady? Wow.
Duck, duck, go, found a pussy in a dollar bin. Guess you forgot your galana bin. Can't get loose, get your guts, got your tongue again. Rope burn on your hand, are you numb yet? I can go into dedication.
Go! Yeah, the bike is 2423. JJ McCarthy. He looked pretty good. He shook off the cobwebs in the beginning, but then he looked fine. He looked just fine. Threw a couple touchdown passes. You know, it's not against #1 players, but he's only 21. So I think he's just going to be fine. And Sam Darnold, he looked pretty good too. He just threw a couple passes. I want to get him hurt. So let's go down here to the river and take goats for a walk where I've never been. How about that? Let me get my shield. I got to get my shield. In case somebody runs me over, I got film, I got content. outside. Heck, 5 minutes already. What the heck? Let's check this side. Oh. I don't even know how to get down there. Maybe here. Oh yeah. That's how you get there. Wow. Maybe I want to go this way. How do you get here? Oh, it's a ladder. I think there's a bamboo ladder. I'm not going to go down that. Let's check it out. Oh, no way. No way. I could come up this road. I think I'll just go this way. It's easier. Ah, I didn't get my water. Well, it's dangerous around here. Ah. Wah wah. Wah wah. Okay. Let's check it out. Oh, this is crazy, right? This is pretty nice compared to the outside, though. Whew. Oh. Hey. Oh, there's a goat. There's a goat right there. Bah! The dog don't like me. There's some gabion cages right there. I saw these gabion cages. That's to keep the water from sweeping through here. Ooh. Bah! Bah! So this river fills all the way up during a typhoon sometimes. During Yolanda, this whole thing was filled up. Hello.
Hello.
Pretty good, pretty good. How are you? Oh. That's a gabion cages. Lots of rice. Mini rice. See, the white rice is underneath the brown. Underneath the brown shell is the white rice. It's good too. Look at all these bags of rice. It will make a lot. You have to spread it out and dry it, because if you don't, it will get moldy in the bag. You cannot store it. So you got to dry it out in the sun. Wow, it's nice out here. There's a bunch of roosters right there. Every one of those little bamboo tent is a rooster house. House for the rooster. This is nice out here. Look at that. It's the Kangadangan Bridge. And you know, I live right down, here's the coast right there, you see it? I live right down there, you know, about, you just saw the ride here. Not very far. Wow, that's Roma right there. Oh my God. Look how big that Roma is. Some of those stickers are 2 inches long. If you fell in there, you might die. You might bleed to death down there. You fell in there, you're gonna be in trouble. I'm not just saying that. You're gonna, because to get out of there, you'd have to stick yourself. I don't know. You might not die, but you would wish you were not able to feel what you're feeling. I don't know. I think you could die. Depends on where it sticks you at. One of those 2-inch stickers rams you up inside the temple. You'd be dead as a doornail. And so if they're getting ready to plant some rice where they flooded this field right there, when it tills in the front, and then in the back it separates it into rows. So you just ride it in rows up and down there, or you pull you know, there's another kind with a old style with the carabao, and it has a plow, and then behind it makes a row, but it's not as wide as the machine like my wife's got. Oh, that was a duck of some sort over there. Hi. This is too cool. Man, I gotta be able to get down here, right? Oh shoot. This ain't gonna be easy. And those ghosts just went up the side right there. Did you see that? I gotta get down there, man. How am I gonna do this? It's not gonna be easy. Yikes. I gotta sit down first. Oh. Okay. Yikes. Don't bite me. Whatever's down. I made it. Voila. So I don't know why this is different. Guess it comes around, the water comes around the corner. This is higher to protect. Don't need to be so high right here, maybe. Engineering. Wow. Let's do a 360. We'll start down the road here. Up on the mountain. That's where I live, down there. That's pointing out to sea now. It's still pointing out to sea. Due west. That's north there towards Boracay. And you can also get to, what's the name of it? Calibu. It's called Calibo, but my friend Alan calls it Calibu. I like Calibu better, so that's what I call it. You can go to Calibu that way, or you can go to the airport. One of the airports, what is that airport called? I forgot. I forgot what that airport is called. Anyway, this is the road to it right here across the Kangadangan Bridge to Calibu, to Boracay. You just ride a short ferry over to Boracay Island. Then if you go the other way on this bridge, going that way, that's when you see me go to San Jose. And keep on going past that, you go to Iloilo. And then, you know, right here at the end of this bridge, at this end over here, you don't go over the bridge, you go up there into the mountains there, into the Valderrama. Now this is that crazy Roma too. Trying to get out here to get a bite. Vampire. Wow. You see how where a lot of the junk comes from. It washes down from up in the mountains. People throw stuff off the bridge sometimes, I guess. But you see it down there in the riverbed. When it rains real hard, it'll end up in the sea. That's the plastic you see me pick up on my beach sometimes. Wow. Yeah, I saw that like baby Philippine eagle, or maybe it was a hawk earlier out in front of my house. It was unusual sighting. There's not that many birds like that around here. You do see them occasionally. Wow, I kind of want to go walk around. There's probably some quicksand down there. Whew. Valderrama. That's the name of it, where you get on off before the bridge. You go up there, it's called the Valderrama. There's a city, keep going. It's a nice ride on the motorcycle up there. Called the Valderrama. Wish I could have got a better picture of that bird of prey. Wow. You know, I'm easily amused, you know, this cloud amuses me. That's an awesome cloud, right? It may be raining at the top of that mountain right there. Came down this road with Gary one time, and we checked the price of, I think it was that road, or maybe it was over there on that side, and we went over there. We checked the price of sand and rock, but it was more expensive than what we were getting already. I think that, you know, they had already, the reason why is because the price really wasn't higher. They already paid for it to be dug down here and then dumped up here to supply the barges, the sand and rock barges. So they already paid on top of the price for it. They paid for shipping it up here. And then I'm going to come way down here to get it. The best place I figured to do, to get the best price and the best size, is to go where they dig it, where they're digging. If they're not selling it themselves, whoever the closest one is there is the best price. Because no shipping charge already. All they got to do is put it in the truck right there and take it right to your house. Here they had to pay to bring it down the river, and then they had to ship it to my house. It's a double shipping. So nobody wants to pay a double shipping price. Wow. There's the river. It was about a quarter that size, water flowing there at the height of the drought, but it never stopped. It literally didn't rain in those mountains for over 6 months at all. And it still was a quarter of that wide, flowing half that fast. But it never stopped. I noticed that a lot of rivers around here, most of them stopped completely or had a less of a trickle than this one did. None of them were better than this one at the height of the drought. They might be better now or something, but the cow think I'm crazy. What the heck is that human doing? He's half human and half cow. Like, did you hear that joke about the old bull and the young bull up on the concrete pillar looking down at the valley? Well, the young bull saw a herd of cows down there, and Buddy said, let's run down there and mate with one of those cows. The old bull looked at him and said, let's walk down there and mate with them all. See, there you go. Well, don't waste your energy on crazy stuff that's going to wear you out for no reason. It's the moral to that story. Wow, you know, if you fell off the side of this side, you'd be hurt, man. Look. Man, if your head hit one of them rocks, you definitely wouldn't want to have a grudge match up here. I hope I'd fall this way, and that wouldn't even be any fun. That would be downright deadly right there. You have to hold your head and roll and hope one of them didn't bust your kidney open or something. I hope there's some steps down at the end of this thing. Hi. Come on, Roma. I'm free to pass. Free. I don't know where that auto exposure came on. I don't know. I accidentally touched something. You know, I've been wondering. I know you could raft right here. That's plenty of them. That's plenty deep. I wonder if I could blow up an inner tube way down there in the Valderrama. An inner tube all the way down here. I think I could do it. Maybe you need to take a paddle with you so you can make it over to the shore before you make it out to sea. Or have somebody down here to catch you. At least the first time, to see how it was going to be. My luck. And the current would take me way out there. And then one of those sawfishes would pop my inner tube. And I didn't have a vest on because I was only riding in the river. Wasn't planning on being miles out to sea. I don't think this is gonna let me have any. Hi, this is the end of the road. It's the end of the road, Jack. Can't go no more, no more, no more. Actually, it's hit the road, Jack. Don't you come here no more. Da 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 da. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come here no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Do 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 do. Actually, it's not too hot today. It's around 1 o'clock. So normally I'd be burning up Yeah, we didn't come down this road. We came down that road over there on the other side of those columns. Down to where those piles are right there. He's got right there near that crane and that ship, there's like an office over there. You know, they bring stuff out of the river here in trucks down to there, and then the cranes undo it. Then the ships come up like that ship. They come up to the dock. The cranes fill the trucks up and they ride the dump trucks right onto that barge. Dump it. That's a big barge. It's downright beautiful out here. Hit the road, child. Don't you come by. Wow. It's definitely rained, at least sprinkled up there. It's a lot of water going out to sea, fresh water. You know, if they had if they ever ran into a problem where they were running out of water, they could build a dam up the river there and save all this water. You know, there's a lot of rice fields that get used, even down there in the mountains. There's valleys and stuff that use this water, but look how much is getting away. You could fill up a reservoir easy with this, especially in the rainy season. You could, I don't know, it might break the dam. If a bad typhoon came, it might break the dam, because it's like I said, I saw this river from that wall over there to here where I'm standing was full of water flowing. Could you imagine? I didn't see it live, I saw it on a film, but it was the same river. One typhoon, it washed out the other bridge. You can see the remnants of that Kangaronen bridge right there, where there used to be one lower than that. You know, what happens to the bridges, trees up in the mountain break loose and come down, it's just like a battering ram. The columns, and they can't take too much of that. If this filled up with water, those batter rams would be hitting right on those thin columns on that bridge right there. Tell me a big old acacia tree couldn't, if it broke off into the river, couldn't ram one of those things, you know, during a typhoon. And this is flowing like, you know, 70 kilometers an hour on the water. Size of an acacia tree. That concrete column is not going to hold. That's what happens to the bridges around here. It's not really just the water. Although sometimes, you know, it can undermine the foundation. But I understand that that's what happened to the other bridge. It undermined the foundation. The water got under it and it collapsed. So they made this one super deep. Kind of like my fence that's facing the ocean. You know, that was like 8 feet deep. Maybe more than that, maybe 10 feet. I'd been 10 feet deep where the footing was in that fence. So a minor typhoon took 4 feet of sand in front of my fence, but it still had another 4 to 6 feet left before it will be able to get under my fence. So now, when it was sand left there 4 feet at my fence, 4 feet was gone, I started piling rocks up there. And then a couple weeks later, I piled a lot of rocks along there because I got paranoid that it was going to get under my fence. I started piling big rocks up from the beach there, and then the sand came back. Right away, like 3.5 feet of sand came back and buried those rocks. So I been putting rocks on top of that, although I slowed down recently. I should get back on that. Get back on that. Ooh, ooh. Get down on it. Ooh, ooh. Because it is typhoon season. And we've been lucky so far. Typhoons that came by, I think it's on D, or I think it's on D right now, or E. D, E, F, you know, on the alphabet. It's around there right now. So, and they've been missing us a couple 100 miles from here, up by Manila. One in this water, but it was, you know, 250 miles away, so minimal. There's cows wandering around over there too. I don't see my motorcycle. Yikes. I go back there, it'll be gone. We've been waiting for somebody to park there. I never noticed anybody stealing anything around here. This is a super safe company. I'm not saying that there's not a bad apple somewhere. There is in every country, but it's nothing like Portsmouth, Virginia, or any other city in Virginia. Chesapeake, Virginia, Virginia Beach, Virginia, Suffolk, Virginia. They're all worse than here. And you know, when I only had one well and we ran out of water, Jojo came here to a stream on the other side of that road, right over there by that pole somewhere, and we shuttled 5-gallon buckets of water down to my house. So because when you start pouring a pad, you can't stop, and I ran out of well water. That's a reason why I made another well before we got to the second pad. We didn't run out after that. So there is you know, there's weeds over there. There's a stream like right over there. He waded in there. See where that cut is over there? He waded in there in the snakes and stuff and filled up the buckets, 5-gallon buckets over there. Jojo. And then there was a bull or something tied up right here. It was nighttime. It's like he started snorting at us. We probably scared him. Bye. Oh. Oh, I'm gonna get it like this. Anyway, that's gonna be, they're gonna plant some rice there soon. They flood it, make it soft. Then they plant rice. They maybe use a carabao or and a plow. Maybe. They might have a machine. Machine is faster, but you got to pay for the fuel. And you got to rent the machine if you don't own one. My wife first got here, she bought the tiller machine and the thresher. So they could dig it up and till it and then plant it by hand. That's what they do here. And then when it's ripe, the thresher, you cut bundles of the rice down in piles as you go along, and then when you're done, you bring the thresher and you put those rice in there, and it separates that brown grain you saw here earlier, separates that from the stalks, the green stalks. And then people take that and lay it out like this, and I think brown rice, I think some of those, it's a certain type of rice, but they just leave that brown shell on there. That's what makes them brown. But you know, they found out that I know probably most people don't want to hear this, but right grains like rice and corn and all that stuff, it's got like a key that opens up the cells in your body, in your gut, and causes leaky gut syndrome. I mean, I don't know if that's what you call it. I'm no doctor, but there's something in the grain that can open up a small hole in your intestines, and that goop can leak out, and then it gets in your bloodstream. So it causes autoimmune diseases, you know. And there's a bunch of names for that, you know, leaky gut and celiac, on and on and on. It's probably, in my opinion, is one reason there's so much sickness now. And I do a lot of research when I'm just sitting around and I'm not doing nothing. Most of the time I'm reading something about something. And I read where they did autopsies on some of those old Egyptian mummies. And if you remember in the Bible, when there was a famine, the Egyptians gave some grain because, I think it was because of Moses. The Egyptians gave the Israelites some grain. So in the mummies, they did the autopsy, and they had heart disease with the plaque in their arteries and stuff. And they had big silos of grain. So I don't think it's porterhouse, people. I think it's white bread, and believe it or not, the whole wheat bread that they push now is even worse because it's got more keys to open up your gut, leak poo-poo into your bloodstream. Dark and dusty. Country roads out of your way. I'll make you go. Yeah, the market's closed already. I should ride through here on the heat of the battle. It's crazy down here. What the pipes are for. Sure, there's a good reason. Wow. That's a nice waterfront. These trees grow really good. Like these. You know, you recognize that from my yard. That's what those little ones are. Give me a lot of shade. Whoop! Ride a painted pony. I know it's not painted pig, so I'm not that crazy. Ride a painted pony, let the spinning wheel turn. Ride a painted pig, let the spinning wheel fly. fly. Yeah. Alright. I don't know why they got the paint on there, but they do. Fluorescent pig. Or should I say pork chop? I know. So I saw my friend Scooter. He FaceTimed me from Virginia. It showed me his mega chicken coop. He's got like 100 chickens, something like that. And it got me wanting to, you know, do my chicken pen, which I'm only going to have around 10. But just for eggs for us, you know, I got 10 chickens. I should get like 5 eggs a day, or 4 or 5 eggs a day. So that's fine. And I grew up eating Rhode Island Reds, so I want brown eggs, and they're going to free range. So this chicken coop's just going to be 8 by 12. And see these orange tent stakes. These first 4 are going to be, well, it's going to be 8 by 12 run, because they're going to be able to get under the raised root nesting boxes back there. You know, the roost, where they roost at night. They're going to go up a ladder back there, and this is 4 by 8. That's all they need in there. And then, you know, it's 8 feet across. I'll put might just have 8 chickens, because they say they need a foot on the roosting bar. So 8 feet long, that would just be 8 chickens. Anyway, I'll think about that later. I might adjust the chicken count. Anyway, I opened it up a little bit, but I don't want to open it up too much, you know, because I like the shade for the chicken. So they'll just stay in this 8 by 12 until, you know, I take Rain to school and my wife to work, and I come back in the morning, you know, around 7. I'll come straight down here and let them out in the yard, because you know what they love to do. And I really only want 1 rooster, because I don't want it to get too noisy around here. The neighbors already got like 10 roosters in one spot over there, fighting roosters. I ain't gonna do any of that. I just want eggs. And thinking about getting Rhode Island Reds from 2 different places, so the blood mixture will be mixed up in there. I don't want no retorted chickens. Anyway, I'm working on it. I'm staking it out. I'm gonna run this twine right there, so I can just visualize it. As soon as I drag all the rest of these bushes out, you see all of them. It was all hanging down here out of control. I can't trim these because this is just getting ready to have some bananas. That's a banana heart opening up right there. Doesn't look like it's going to be many, but these are a different brand of bananas. It's like I might have 3 brands, I understand. These right here, and then most of them are Sabah, and these will be those little bitty bananas, and these will be the ones that are I don't like, but my wife likes them. They're too sweet. So I'll get back on this. That was a lot of nice shade right there. Yeah, that came off of this tree. Had a little baby coming off of it, but it's still got some green leaves up there, so hopefully it'll be all right. And I chopped that down so I can, when it's raining, I can just bring an umbrella down this concrete path I got right here. It's also a ditch for the drainage off the top of the house and gray water for the sinks and stuff. It goes out to the sea during the typhoon system. That really keeps the yard from being a lake. Anyway, this was blocking that. I think these are Seneguelas, also edible. So that's why I don't annihilate them. They make a purple berry that's delicious, I hear. But it stains your inside of your mouth. Okay, delay enough. My banana tree fell down. I hope my bananas don't fall down on me. But this is going across the neighbor's, across my fence into my neighbor. So I gotta get this out. Without hurting myself. But this has got to go down. What the heck, man? Wow. There we go, man. The banana tree. Crazy. The tree can straighten back up now. Oh yeah. I think it's gonna be all right. Oh yeah. Whew. Just need some sunshine now. Get over there with your brother, your sister. Just stay right there. off the fence. That was a heck of a sidetrack one. Call me 62 sidetracker. Oh my God, I gotta take care of that later. But man, I didn't want all that stuff on the fence because it makes marks on there. Where the rain will drip down, banana juice will drip down. Oh, I don't like it. Don't like it. One bit. God. It's a full-time job just it's a full-time job just running the banana trees. Ooh. Especially if they get a little bit of rain. Wow. Got sidetracked so bad, I forgot my phone was laying there. I forgot I was filming. And I forgot my phone was laying there on the ground. See, I didn't do nothing here. Let me get to work. Here's a woolly something. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're poisonous, as a matter of fact. I'm not positive about that. You got a red head, man. Get out of there. Yeah, I didn't have a square or a level with me down there. I was just measuring from corner to corner and this and that, but it's not square. I could see that now from up here. See, it looks crooked with the yard. It's more straight with the, see, it's not straight with the bathroom even. But this walkway down there, you see it down in there, once it gets right beyond that bathroom, it takes a right. You see how close it is to the fence there? It ends up that same distance from that fence as that walkway over there to hit the middle where the drain is. That's all the roof and the gray water comes from the dirty kitchen and the rooftop. So looking from up here, I see that I gotta come out 8 inches, 6 to 8 inches with this corner facing me. So it will look right. No biggie. Anyway, for my subscribers that have been paying attention, you know, yesterday I put the Riverwalk title on there, but that film, you know, that content is actually in this video. So nobody commented about it yesterday. Hey, what happened to the river? So, you know, only a couple hundred people watched it anyway, so. But I don't know. They didn't match up, that title didn't go with that video, but that was my fault. I thought that the river, I got the river in there, but the video got too long and I didn't have a chance to get to the next step. That's what it was. It would end up being, you know, like over an hour like I think this one's gonna be. I think the problem is I talk too much, so see y'all guys on the flip-flop.